Hello and welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. We are going to talk about one of my favorite topics, which is wellness. If you're reading anything in the spa and wellness industry, it's talking about wellness is the biggest trend and it's going to be what's happening for 2017. And I think wellness is more than just a trend. I really think that it is mainstream and I think it really is here to stay. So a little bit about me. My name is Sherrie Tennessee. I have been in the beauty and wellness industry for about 15 plus years. In many different roles. I've been a massage therapist, I've been a massage instructor, nail tech, spa owner. I have an MBA, which I got after my business went out of business in 2008. I realized I was a fantastic therapist, but like many, I wasn't as savvy as I needed to be as an entrepreneur. So I really went back to get my MBA to really help those in the industry just become better at their skill set and be more successful. I am currently working on my doctorate in holistic health and, of course, wellness. Other roles I've had in the industry, I've been a college professor at Johnson & Wales University. I'm an NCB TMB, continuing education provider, as well as a spa consultant. My last major corporate position was as the education manager for Sandals Resorts International, Red Lane Spas. They are the largest hotel and hospitality organization in the Caribbean. So I did that for 2 years, and I'm really focusing on my role within Spa SOS, which is my organization, in the role of director of education. So now that you know a little bit more about me, let's talk a little bit more about this wonderful industry that we are in. The spa and wellness industry today. I'm a huge fan of the International Spa Association, abbreviated as iSpa. They produce an annual report. For members, it's free. For non-members, there's this mystical, magical thing called Google. That you can get up information or gather information from previous years, but I would strongly recommend becoming a member. The benefits are just phenomenal. But talking about this report that came out in 2015, just kind of going over the revenue. So the spa industry generated $16.3 billion. To give you perspective, that's more than movies, and that's also more than amusement parks, just to give you an idea of what's going on in this amazing industry that we're in. That's actually a 5% increase over 2014. As far as spa visits, there were 179 million. And it's very interesting to note that the U.S. Bureau of Labor indicates the spas are the fastest growing sector in the hospitality industry. So good stuff. I love pulling reports and quotes and different things like that, just to kind of show where the industry has come from and where we're going. So many years back, hotels thought of spas as just something to do. You know, the wives wanted it while the husbands were coming here on vacation. But lately, they've really come to see that spas are profit centers for hotels. And there was a great report that just came out on trends in lodging, and it stated that hotel spas actually generated more revenue than rooms. That is profound. It's huge. This quote is by Susie Ellis. She is the founder of Spa Finder and is also a major contributor to the Global Wellness Summit, and we'll talk about that a little bit further. So continuing on with the report, again, I'm one for research, one for the numbers. It just gives you a more solid foundation to stand on. The iSpa report for 2015 also stated that there were about 21,000 spa locations in the U.S. So we're not talking globally, we're just talking here in the U.S. About 80% of those were day spas. They are definitely the majority within the industry. 8.6% were hotel and resort spas, though it's very interesting to note that the hotel and resort spas tend to make and generate more revenue than the day spas. But that goes into the prices that are charged, and the aspect of, does the location pay rent? Because if you don't have to pay rent, then more money can go to revenue, as we all know as spa owners and managers. Third up is medical spas, club spas, destination spas, and there actually has been an increase in the number of mineral spas, a good thing. And that definitely plays into the aspect of wellness. So again, talking about the industry, services. The main thing that gets people through the door continues to be the number one service is massage. People will come in for the massage. Once they see that this spa environment, wellness environment is safe and it's okay, it's not too frou-frou, it's in line with what they want to do, then they'll come back for additional services. Those, of course, being skincare as well as body. iSpa produced a report in October of 2016 that was reviewing millennials. You know, they're the next big spa goer coming into the industry. And it was very interesting that they actually wanted more nail services more so than skincare and body. So as you're looking at your service offerings, your menus, if you are an already established location, looking at those services, if you are getting ready to open, considering thinking about nail services, especially for men of that millennial age, those metrosexuals, to really be able to have some sort of offering for that clientele. So who is that spa goer? Well, I mean, it runs the gamut. You have everyone from baby boomers, Gen X, Gen Y, or millennials, all the way down to Gen Z. It's very interesting to note that they are the most educated spa goer in history. The majority have at least a bachelor's degree. A large percentage are even higher educated with a master's degree. They are very knowledgeable about spa services. Spa services are everywhere. If you watch anything on television, someone's going to a spa, coming from a spa, Instagram, you know, it's everywhere. So people really have a better idea. It's not this top secret thing anymore. Because people are working so hard and so stressed out, they're really looking to spas and wellness centers to offer something to de-stress, rejuvenate, and reconnect, right? And understanding that also plays into this other aspect, which is the high-tech, low-touch. With so many people having their smartphones, being on social media, working from home, working from coffee shops, there's just not that same interaction. So there really is this aspect of being able to step away from the technology and come into that spa, that wellness center, and reconnect not only with themselves, but with other people. And we can see this throughout the hospitality industry, thinking about the airports. You know, you go, there's no longer a person, you go to a kiosk. The same is true in hotels. There's your hotel where there is no check-in. You have robots or automation in so many different aspects in room service. Connie, who's at Hilton in Northern Virginia, is a front service assistant where she can, when you walk up to her, she'll answer your questions. So understand that technology definitely is coming into the hospitality industry and even the spa industry. There are spas like Contempo Beach Spa that have no therapist. I'm going to let that sink in for a second. Let me say it again. They have no therapist. So they use hydrotherapy beds, they use ultraviolet and LED lights to be able to do the facials, and there is no service provider there. So we are still fighting and battling. I don't think that'll be the norm or mainstream for spas, but it is something to consider. And people really are seeking out this interaction. We'll talk about that a little bit more here in the trends. So what are the trends? Definitely male services, male skin lines. You will have spas that cater just to men. You have Om4, which is a male-focused skincare line. You have tween services. There's an organization or a company called Farmhouse Fresh that has this amazing line of strawberries and mangoes and melons that are really geared towards that younger audience. Next up, we have indigenous services. So thinking about if you are in Florida, you want citrus, you want sand. Thinking about if you're in New York, you're going to probably have something to de-stress and, you know, get away from all the hours and put the phones away. Another huge trend is this customizable services as well as products. The product side is amazing. There are companies that you can go in, they do a skin analysis, they mix up the product and send you home with the product that day. And for skincare, for makeup, nail polish, lipsticks, eyeshadows, it's huge. Customizable services, if you look at a Ritz-Carlton and their menu, they allow you to pick the time and then you can book the services within that time. So it's not that standard cookie cutter kind of service menu. Eco-friendly and organic, huge. I've been a fan of it for a long, long time. Being able to incorporate that into your organization, your services, your products, everything. People are really being more mindful of what they're putting on their body as well as in their body. Next up is niche marketing. Again, if you're going to have baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z, you have to create information that's going to meet them where they are, and you have to be where they are. So again, baby boomers tend to be more on Facebook, millennials tend to be a little bit more on Snapchat, and Gen X is somewhere in between the Instagram and the Facebook. So keeping that in mind, creating material that's going to be able to reach your clientele wherever they are. Creating experiences. This is absolutely huge. People want more than just a 60-minute massage. They want to come in, they want to be wowed. What's unique from the minute that they call and make the service to when they come in? Is it going to be a tea? Is it your consultation? Is it that they can select the music in the service, the sheets, whatever that is that creates more of an experience just than being a factory. And then we just talked about this a little while ago with the high-tech, low-touch. We have an age of loneliness where when you have a more educated population, they make more money and they tend to live alone. And there was a very interesting article that stated by 2020, 50% of the population worldwide is going to live alone. So as you are developing these menus and you're looking at your organization and thinking about the trends, really thinking about how you can touch point on some of these different aspects that are out there. Wellness, again, it's not a trend. It's not anything new. What is wellness? Well, we have this idea. We're trying to create wellness. We want to be on par with what's happening. And it kind of feels like we're blindfolded and throwing darts at a board. So I'm definitely one for explaining and showing what's going on out there and then moving forward from that. So what is wellness? The World Health Organization defines wellness as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. It goes beyond mere freedom from disease or infirmity and emphasizes the proactive maintenance and the improvement of health and well-being. So it's more than I don't have a cold or I don't have high cholesterol or I don't have this and this and that, but what's your mental state? How are you taking care of yourself? Are you being well-rounded enough? So looking at some of the leaders within the industry, again, we talk about the Global Wellness Summit. They produce an annual report every year. You can, again, Google them, sign up to receive the annual report. It's very insightful. It's probably many, many pages, so I just kind of pulled some highlights to share with you in this video. So the first thing is wellness moves from being optional to being mandatory. People now have an expectation of more than fluff and buff. I mean, that's who the consumer was probably 20, 30 years ago, was a 40-year-old woman who just wanted to treat herself. But studies have shown the benefits of massage, the benefits of Reiki, the benefits of reflexology, and people know that and they're coming for that. When you look at the concept of wellness tourism, all of that plays in this mandatory. Wellness and well-being converge. They often are used as a synonym, but they are not the same. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. Wellness to the masses, meditation and mindfulness go mainstream. And you can see this. Deepak, Chopra, and Oprah have videos. There's countless apps. If you put in meditation or mindfulness videos on YouTube, thousands of videos are going to pop up. And we can also see this carry over into major organizations. So Duke University, Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic, and even Harvard have some sort of wellness coaching, integrative health, some sort of program for the masses to be able to come in and learn more about how to take care of themselves on a more well-rounded level, which really is what wellness is. Mandarin Oriental has partnered with the Mayo Clinic to create a healthy living program at their Turkey location. So why are we talking about wellness? Well, the numbers require it. If you look at wellness tourism globally, is set to be $563 billion. The spa industry alone is expected at making $99 billion, with the overall global wellness economy at $3.7 trillion. It is huge. It is massive. And you want to make sure that you're getting into this. It doesn't mean that you have to overhaul your whole program, but it is going to be great to be able to think about how you can incorporate wellness more into your organization. What steps can you take? And we're going to talk about that a little bit more in the next piece. Please enjoy. Come back for the next video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.